Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel into the Sacred Geometry series. In this video, we're going to be discussing the egg of life and what are the spiritual meanings, biological meanings, and how they associate, and also how to draw it. So it's a full-on class, but I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible because I really value your time as well. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ingrid at My Inner Palette. If you're new to my channel, make sure that you are hitting the subscribe button below and make sure to give a like and share this video because it really helps my channel to grow. In previous videos, we have discovered how to draw and what are the meanings of the seed of life and also the flower of life. Now the egg of life is sitting right in between. So it's the second stage where the seed of life becomes the egg of life to then become the flower of life. The egg of life can be quite underrated because usually we feel like, oh, the flower of life looks prettier, or let's just draw the Metatrons cube or whatever it is, right? But the egg of life holds a lot of wisdom within itself and is often associated with meanings of creation and fertility because it follows through from the mitosis that occurs with the cells to the 8-cell stage. So it goes from 1 cell, then divides into 2, then into 4, then into 8, right? And when we see the symbol in a 2D type of paper without the dimensions, you can see only seven circles, but actually has one on the back that is resembling the stage of the cells. The egg of life also represents harmony and balance because this is the stage in nature where all the different cells that we have there, all the 8 cells, they are totally potent. I hope that I'm saying this right in English. But it means that all the cells, they have exactly the same type of information. After this process of 8 cells, the cell starts differentiating into different aspects. And this is why it's so important at this stage in the sacred geometry symbols, because you have the seed first, which is the one. Then you get to this stage where we're still in unity. Everything is just in this harmony and balance, and everything is united, still the same part of a whole. And after this stage is when we start developing into the flower of life. So when we start developing into the flower of life, we start differentiating from each other. And if we put it into the context of humans, we're all the same at first. And then we start the process of differentiation. When we are in this 8-cell stage, before then, we only had the RNA from our mother as the working mechanism behind the whole process. Now, when we get to this 8-cell stage, our DNA gets activated, and this is why we start the differentiation cycle of creation. And if we put it into us as, for example, okay, I have light eyes, light hair, whatever it is. Other people might be brunette. Other people might develop female parts, other masculine parts, And this is how we start the process of differentiation because our DNA gets activated. So before the 8-cell stage, we're pretty much all exactly the same. And this is why the egg of life is so important as a symbol as well. Before this stage, the embryo cannot implant itself in the uterus. And this is a massive pivotal point in which if it's a healthy embryo, then it will be able to implant itself in the uterus and then continue the process of evolution and creation. The egg of life has this spiritual meaning of foundation of existence because of everything that I just said. That point in which life actually starts, that life actually has a chance to be grown, to be created. And this is something that relates to everything in life, not necessarily to the creation of a human being, but also around your own projects. So sometimes you get to this stage of the egg of life thinking, okay, I've planted the seed of this project, and now it's getting to this point that it's actually ready to be implanted somewhere else so it can actually develop and grow. So many times when we're talking about manifestation and we start with the thoughts, creating things, we get into some type of shape, some type of form. But it's not until a project or a manifestation that we want to achieve is getting to the egg of life form or stage is where we can start sharing it a little bit with the world. Because sometimes you need to keep things to yourself, work on them until there's momentum. And this is the resemblance of the stage, the momentum. To now share it with others and make it grow quicker. Now, my loves, we're going to be jumping into how to draw the egg of life. So follow me through the practical side of this session. All right, so we're going to be looking at all the art supplies that you need for this practice. And I have first the compass. If you've watched the videos already that I have, you know that I like using this compass, that you can exchange a pencil with a pigment, a fine liner or a pigment liner. And sometimes I draw the things with the pencil first. And then if I want to create a shape, then I will be using a pigment liner like this, or a fine liner with colors just to get the shape out of the whole pattern. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. So I would really recommend you to have both a pencil and then a pigment liner. Now, if you would like to do it just with a pencil, it's going to be fine for practice purposes. But if you want to start improving now, just getting the shapes out of the main sacred geometry symbols, then I would really recommend you to try and get one of these compasses, okay? But as you can see, it's very nice and easy when it comes to the art supplies that we need. And of course, we need some type of paper. In this case, I'm using my normal sketchbook, okay? We're gonna start first by identifying the egg of life. And for that, I recommend you to now go into the video where I show you how to do the seed of life, because the pattern of the egg of life is gonna come out of the seed of life. So this is meant to be a very short video to show you how to get the egg of life pattern from the seed of life. So if you haven't watched the video, I'm just gonna leave the link here so you can access it. Look how to do that first and then jump into this video. For demonstration purposes, I'm gonna go with the process of the seed of life very quickly, okay? So let's do it. And now, my friends, that we have the seed of life, we're gonna add a couple more circles. So for that, what we want to use are the intersections, the main intersections that we have. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? Don't get confused when you start creating new circles around. So we keep on using the same measurement as we had before. And now we are gonna do another circle added to the seed of life using the original intersections, not the new ones that you're creating with the new circles, right? There we go. So now we have 6 more circles around the seed of life, okay? And now we are gonna start drawing the egg of life. So I'm just gonna pick a fine liner that is dark enough so you can actually see it. And the first thing that we want to do is calibrate from the center of the first circle to the edge of it. Make sure that you have the same radius. And then we are gonna create a circle around it, right? The next step is that we want to create shapes with the circles that we did outside recently. And for that, we're gonna start with this one. So we go into this point here, and we're gonna create not a full circle, but one that starts from the circle that we drew, that we trace, and we're gonna stop it there, okay? Then we're gonna jump one circle and we're gonna go to the following one, and we're gonna do the same. And if you need to recalibrate a little bit, as I need to do, you can do that as well. And then it's the same, we get to that part and we stop, right? And then we do the same, we jump this one and we go to the next circle, and we do the same from the circle in the middle. We make sure to calibrate and we trace it just like that. And now you see that you have the circle in the middle, and then there's 3 here, not half circles, a little bit more than a half. And now we're gonna work with this other 3 circles. And for that, we are gonna start tracing the line of the circle from this point to this one. So no crossing over any lines. We just do it like that. And we're gonna do the same with this one and then that one. Now this one here. And there we have it. This is the egg of life. And of course I've forgotten my eraser. And here it is. So now if we, oops, it's still fresh, so I'm gonna try not to go over the ink part. There we go. I'm just gonna delete the other ones. The idea is that you can delete, erase. I keep on saying delete, but that's not proper English, is it? So we're erasing the lines that, just for you to see how it looks like. Oh, I'm trying not to make a mess with the ink. There you have it. This is how you create it. Ta-da! So let me know in the comments how you go with this one. I would love to know how you're going in your sacred geometry process. I am honored that you have chosen to watch this video, and I really appreciate your support. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe, give a like, and share this video with your family and friends. And remember that there's a gift in the description box below. So make sure that you're checking it. And I'll see you next time.